This is the book of the origin of mankind. On the day that God made Adam, he made him according to divine image. Male and female he made them. And he blessed them, and he named their name Adam, on the day that he made them. Now Adam lived 230 years and became a father, according to his form, and according to his image, and he named his name Seth. And the days of Adam after he became the father of Seth amounted to 700 years, and he had sons and daughters. And all the days of Adam that he lived amounted to 930 years, and he died. Now Seth lived 205 years, and became the father of Enosh. And Seth lived after he became the father of Enosh 707 years, and had sons and daughters. And all the days of Seth amounted to 912 years, and he died. And Enosh lived 190 years, and became the father of Canaan. And Enosh lived after he became the father of Canaan 715 years, and had sons and daughters. And all the days of Enosh amounted to 905 years, and he died. And Canaan lived 170 years, and became the father of Mahalaleel. And Canaan lived after he became the father of Mahalaleel 740 years, and had sons and daughters. And all the days of Canaan amounted to 910 years, and he died. And Mahalaleel lived 165 years, and became the father of Jared. And Mahalaleel lived after he became the father of Jared 730 years, and had sons and daughters. And all the days of Mahalaleel amounted to 895 years, and he died. And Jared lived 162 years, and became the father of Henoch. And Jared lived after he became the father of Henoch 800 years, and had sons and daughters. And all the days of Jared amounted to 962 years, and he died. And Henoch lived 165 years, and became the father of Methuselah. Now Henoch was well-pleasing to God, after he became the father of Methuselah, for 200 years, and had sons and daughters. And all the days of Henoch amounted to 365 years. And Henoch was well-pleasing to God, and he was not found, because God transferred him. And Methuselah lived 167 years, and became the father of Lamech. And Methuselah lived after he became the father of Lamech 802 years, and had sons and daughters. And all the days of Methuselah which he lived amounted to 969 years, and he died. And Lamech lived 188 years, and became the father of a son, and named his name Noah, saying, This one shall give us respite from our labors, and from the pains of our hands, and from the earth that the Lord has cursed. And Lamech lived after he became the father of Noah 565 years, and had sons and daughters. And all the days of Lamech amounted to 753 years, and he died. And Noah was 500 years of age, and Noah became the father of 3 sons, Shem, Ham, Japheth. And it came about, when humans began to become numerous on the earth, that daughters also were born to them. Now when the sons of God saw the daughters of humans, that they were fair, they took wives for themselves of all that they chose. And the Lord God said, My spirit shall not abide in these humans forever, because they are flesh, but their days shall be 120 years. Now the giants were on the earth in those days and afterward, when the sons of God used to go in to the daughters of humans. Then they produced offspring for themselves. Those were the giants that were of old, the renowned humans. And when the Lord God saw that the wicked deeds of humans were multiplied on the earth, and that all think attentively in their hearts on evil things all the days, then God considered that he had made mankind on the earth, and he thought it over. And God said, I will wipe out from off the earth mankind which I have made, from human to domestic animal, and from creeping things to birds of the sky, for I have become angry that I have made them. Yet Noah found favor before the Lord God. Now these are the generations of Noah. Noah was a righteous man, being perfect in his era. Noah was well-pleasing to God, and Noah had 3 sons, Shem, Ham, Japheth. Now the earth was corrupt before God, and the earth was full of wrongdoing. And the Lord God saw the earth, and it was ruined, for all flesh had ruined his way upon the earth. And God said to Noah, The time of all mankind has come before me, for the earth has become full of wrongdoing by reason of them, And see, I am going to ruin them and the earth. Therefore make yourself an ark of squared lumber. You shall make the ark with nests, and shall bitumize it within and without with bitumen. And thus you shall make the ark, the length of the ark 300 cubits, and the width 50 cubits, and its height 30 cubits. You shall make the ark, bringing it together, and shall finish it to a cubit above, and the door you shall make in the side. You shall make it with ground floor, second story, and third story chambers. And for my part, look, I am going to bring the flood, water on the earth, to destroy under heaven all flesh in which is the spirit of life, and as many as there are on the earth shall perish. And I will establish my covenant with you, and you shall come into the ark, you and your sons, and your wife and your sons' wives together with you. And of all the domestic animals, and of all the creeping things, and of all the wild animals, and of all flesh, you shall bring some of them, all 2 by 2, into the ark, in order to sustain them together with yourself. They shall be male and female. Of all the winged birds according to kind, and of all the domestic animals according to kind, and of all the creeping things that creep upon the ground according to kind. 2 by 2, some of them all shall come into you, to be sustained together with you, male and female. And you shall take for yourself some of all the provisions, which you shall eat, and shall gather them to yourself, and they shall be for you and for them to eat. And Noah did all things that the Lord God commanded him, so he did. And the Lord God said to Noah, Go into the ark, you and all your household, for I have seen you as righteous before me in this generation. And bring into you 7 by 7 some of the clean domestic animals, male and female, but 2 by 2 some of the domestic animals that are not clean, male and female, and 7 by 7 some of the clean birds of the sky, male and female, and 2 by 2 some of the birds that are not clean, male and female, to sustain offspring upon all the earth. For within 7 more days I am going to bring rain on the earth for 40 days and 40 nights, and everything that rises up, which I have made, I will wipe out from the face of the earth. And Noah did all that the Lord God had commanded him. Now Noah was 600 years of age, and the flood of water came on the earth. And Noah and his sons and his wife and his sons' wives went with him into the ark, because of the water of the flood. And some of the birds and of the clean domestic animals, and of the domestic animals that are not clean, and of all the creeping things that are on the earth, 2 by 2, male and female, went into the ark to Noah, as God had commanded him. And it came about after the 7 days, that then the water of the flood came on the earth. In the 600th year of Noah's life, the 2nd month, on the 27th of the month, on this day all the fountains of the abyss burst forth, and the cataracts of heaven were opened, and the rain came on the earth for 40 days and 40 nights. On this day Noah, Shem, Ham, Japheth, Noah's sons, and Noah's wife, and the 3 wives of his sons with him, entered into the ark, and all the wild animals according to kind, and all the domestic animals according to kind, and every creeping thing that moves on the earth according to kind, and every bird according to kind, entered into the ark to Noah, 2 by 2 of all flesh, in which there is a spirit of life. And those that were coming in, male and female of all flesh, entered as God had commanded Noah, and the Lord God closed the ark apart from him. And the flood came for 40 days and 40 nights on the earth, and the water increased and bore up the ark, and it was raised up from the earth, and the water was prevailing and increasing greatly on the earth, and the ark was being carried along over the water, so the water was prevailing very greatly on the earth, and it covered all the high mountains that were under heaven. The water was raised up 15 cubits above, and it covered all the high mountains, and all flesh that moves on the earth, of birds and of domestic animals and of wild animals, died, and every creeping thing that moves on the earth, and every human being, and all things that have a breath of life, and everyone who was on the dry land died. And he wiped out everything that rises, which was on the face of the whole earth, from human being to domestic animal and creeping things, and the birds of the sky, and they were wiped out from the earth. And only Noah was left, and those with him in the ark. And the water was raised up on the earth 150 days. And God remembered Noah, and all the wild animals, and all the domestic animals, and all the birds, and all the creeping things, that were with him in the ark. And God brought a wind upon the earth, and the water subsided. And the fountains of the abyss and the cataracts of heaven were covered over, and the rain from heaven was restrained. And the water, as it was proceeding from the earth, was giving way. After 50 and 100 days, the water was giving way and diminishing. And in the 7th month, on the 27th of the month, the ark settled on the mountains of Ararat. Now the water, as it was proceeding, was diminishing until the 10th month. Then, in the 11th month, on the 1st of the month, the tops of the mountains appeared. And it came about after 40 days that Noah opened the window of the ark that he had made, and sent out the raven to see if the water had subsided. And after it had gone out, it did not return until the water was dried up from the earth. And he sent out the dove after it to see if the water had subsided from the face of the earth. And the dove, because it could not find a resting place for its feet, returned to him into the ark, for water was on the whole face of the whole earth. And extending his hand, he took it and brought it into the ark to himself. And when he had waited yet another 7 days, again he sent forth the dove from the ark. And the dove went back to him toward evening, and it had an olive leaf, a dry twig, in its mouth. And Noah knew that the water had subsided from the earth. And when he had waited yet another 7 days, again he sent forth the dove, and it did not continue to turn back to him any more. And it came about in the 601st year of the life of Noah, the 1st month, on the 1st of the month, that the water disappeared from the earth. And Noah uncovered the roof of the ark that he had made, and he saw that the water had disappeared from the face of the earth. Then in the 2nd month, on the 27th of the month, the earth was dry. And the Lord God spoke to Noah, saying, Go out of the ark, you and your wife, and your sons' wives with you, and bring out with yourself all the wild animals that are with you, and all flesh, from birds to domestic animals, and every creeping thing that moves on the earth, and increase and multiply on the earth. And Noah went out, and his wife and his sons' wives with him, and all the wild animals and all the domestic animals, and every bird and every creeping thing that moves on the earth, went out of the ark according to their kind. And Noah built an altar to God, and took of all the clean domestic animals and of all the clean birds, and offered whole burnt offerings on the altar. And the Lord God smelled an odor of fragrance. And the Lord God, when he had given it thought, said, I will not proceed hereafter to curse the earth, because of the deeds of man. For the mind of mankind applies itself attentively to evil things from youth. So I will not proceed hereafter to smite all living flesh, as I have done. During all the days of the earth, seed and harvest, cold and heat, summer and spring shall not cease, during day and night. And God blessed Noah and his sons, and said to them, Increase and multiply, and fill the earth, and subdue it. And the trembling and fear of you shall be on all the animals of the earth, and on all the birds of the sky, and on all the things that move on the earth, and on all the fish of the sea. I have given them under authority to you, and every creeping thing that is alive you shall have for food. Like the pasture land herbs, I have given you all things. Only you shall not eat meat with the blood of life. For truly your blood of your lives I will seek out. From the hand of all the animals I will seek it out, and from the hand of a fellow man I will seek out the life of the man. And for the one who sheds a man's blood, in return for this blood shall it be shed. For by divine image I made mankind. But you, increase and multiply, and fill the earth, and multiply on it. And God spoke to Noah and to his sons with him, saying, As for me, see, I am instituting my covenant for you, and your offspring after you, and for every creature that lives with you, from birds and from domestic animals, and for all the animals of the earth, from all those that came out of the ark. And I will establish my covenant with you, and no more shall all flesh die by the water of the flood, and no more shall there be a flood of water to destroy all the earth. And the Lord God said to Noah, This is the sign of the covenant which I give, between me and you, and between every living creature that is with you, for everlasting generations. I set my bow in the cloud, and it shall be for a covenant sign between me and the earth. And it shall be that when I gather clouds over the earth, my bow shall be seen in the cloud, and I will remember my covenant that is between me and you, and between every living creature among all flesh. And the water shall no more become a flood so as to wipe out all flesh. And the bow shall be in the cloud, and I will see it to remember the everlasting covenant, between me and between every living creature among all flesh that is on the earth. And God said to Noah, This is the sign of the covenant that I have made between me and between all flesh that is on the earth. Now the sons of Noah who went out of the ark were Shem, Ham, Japheth. Ham was the father of Canaan. These three are the sons of Noah. From these they were scattered abroad over the whole earth. And Noah was the first soil-tilling person, and he planted a vineyard. And he drank some of the wine and became drunk, and he was stripped naked in his house. And Ham, the father of Canaan, saw the nakedness of his father, and after he had gone out he told his two brothers outside. And Shem and Japheth, when they had taken the garment, laid it on their two backs, and walked backward, and covered the nakedness of their father. And their face was looking backward, and they did not see their father's nakedness. Then Noah sobered up from the wine, and he knew what his younger son had done to him, and he said, Cursed be Canaan, a slave, a domestic shall he be to his brothers. He also said, Blessed be the Lord, the God of Shem, and Canaan shall be his slave. May God make space for Japheth, and let him live in the houses of Shem, and let Canaan become their slave. Now after the flood, Noah lived 350 years, and all the days of Noah amounted to 950 years, and he died.